Hey guys, what's going on? It's Mastar. You're gonna have to excuse my voice. I have a wicked respiratory virus right now. My lungs are all sorts of effed up. But we've been waiting for this chapter of One Punch Man, the continuation of Garou versus Silver Fang for it feels like 2 months. We had a whole bunch of redraws and everything, and fans were really disappointed. So we're finally back on track. I don't believe there's any more redraws, and the continuation of Monster Garou versus Silver Fang starts here. Now you gotta remember that King just arrived at the battlefield, and Metal Bat are also supposed to arrive at the battlefield, but neither of them show up in this chapter yet, so I guess they're coming next chapter. So we're going to continue into the just all-out martial arts brawl between Silver Fang and Monster Garou at this point. And they seem to be pretty evenly matched. Like, both of them are taking a lot of hits. Seems to be some blood and some chunks flying off of Garou and Silver Fang as well. And then Garou takes this stance, which now we're going to move into a flashback. So in this, we're gonna see Prime Bang. This is Silver Fang in his prime, so I don't know, assumably somewhere around the age of 25 to 30 years old. He looks like a total Chad, by the way. I mean, he almost looks like Blast a little bit, but yeah, you'd think that in his prime he'd be way stronger than he even is now. I'm not 100% sure that's the case, but you can see all these bodies behind him, he's just crushing everyone. And I guess he was just a total Chad back then. He's got girls all over him. He's rich and everything. I guess he was super cocky or something. And that's his older brother Bomb. And it appears that they're actually going to spar. And so here you can see Prime Silver Fang taking the exact same stance that Garou had just taken. So something about Garou doing the stance is making Silver Fang remember, I guess maybe the ego, maybe that stance has something to do with, overconfidence or something like that. It looks cool as hell, by the way. And actually Prime Bomb looks cool as hell as well. I mean, he looks pretty damn strong. And you can see that in their little sparring match, Bomb actually won. So I think this must have knocked some sense into Silver Fang. Maybe he lost his ego, and this is when he opens his dojo and starts training people. And man, look at his face. He got completely crushed. So we will get the translations in about a day or so, but I'm probably going to be offline this weekend. So if there's anything important that's said, I'll make a video on Monday or something, just establishing any crucial details. But I think it's pretty self-explanatory here. It appears that in his prime, Silver Fang was super egotistical. His brother had to smack some sense into him, and then he changed his ways and became the Silver Fang we know now. So yeah, here you can see him training and teaching a bunch of students, and you can see a little smile on Bomb's face. He knows that whatever he did worked, and Silver Fang has become a good guy. Bomb is looking on as his younger brother and Garou are just trading blow for blow. I mean, the damage looks completely devastating right here. Yeah, and here they go, some more clashing, both throwing out their martial arts fists that are just light speed and can deflect anything. And it seems like Silver Fang has a slight upper hand here from this picture. Looks like he gets 1 or 2 hits in on Garou, but then he gets knocked back and gets up, and he's just completely bloody. One of his eyes is shut. Damn. So obviously Bomb is pretty proud of his younger brother, and the fight's just going to continue. I mean, Silver Fang even gives his older brother a little smirk, I don't know, there's something maybe they both remember that flashback or whatever, and this reminds him of how Silver Fang is fighting Garou right now, reminds them both of their rivalry when they were younger. And then we get this just beautiful picture here of the standoff between Garou and Silver Fang. And Garou here has a mouth, so that's something we talked about quite a bit. Does he have a mouth? Can he talk? I guess it seals shut when he wants to. If he wants to talk or show his fangs, he can do that. I guess it breaks open or something like that. Now take a look here in the bottom left picture. You can see that Garou's eye is starting to crack. So I believe that his true monster form is actually about to burst out and probably beat Silver Fang. There was a lot of conversation over whether or not this would be his final monster form, and from this picture alone, it looks like this is just his cocoon that's about to break open, and I wonder what he's going to look like next. I'm curious as to why Murata decided to do this, but it seems like this battle with Silver Fang is pushing him over the edge, and because he wants more power so badly to beat his old master, he's going to transform and monsterify even further. Now we go back to Genos and Tatsumaki. So they're both on their last limbs. Tatsumaki's getting kicked around by the little black S's, and she seems like she's knocked out. Genos lost a leg, the little black S's are ripping him apart, and he's doing whatever he can to save Tatsumaki. He launches himself and smacks a bunch of them away, and then uses his mouth to drag her again. We saw him doing this once before, and I'm not sure what this picture is in the bottom left. It kind of looks like Drive Knight's hair to me, so maybe he's gonna get rescued by Drive Knight or something like that. But they got to get saved somehow, because they're both like completely dead at this point. Like Tatsumaki is just gassed, and Genos has no limbs left or no energy, and also he was healed by Fubuki, and she told him that like if you push yourself again, like you're gonna explode and die for real this time. I'm not really sure how he hasn't exploded yet, but I have a feeling that Drive Knight's gonna come in here and save him or something like that. I mean, Genos is completely out for the count, I think, for the rest of this arc. You can see the black S's start to form together again, and Golden S, you gotta remember, is off somewhere as well, so I don't know why he wasn't in this chapter, but remember, he just beat the crap out of For Her Ugly and everything, or vomited For Her Ugly. Like the acid did nothing to his golden skin and everything like that, so there's still a bunch of other black S's that are combining, and you know, they're still a threat at this point as well, and they are just kicking and pummeling and crushing Genos, who appears to be on the verge of death. But again, if you take a look at this bottom left panel here, it looks like someone is coming in to save the day. This stuff did not happen in the webcomic per se. Basically, like Golden S is supposed to like get his face kicked in by Monster Garou, so like Bang and Monster Garou were not fighting in the webcomic, so somehow that fight has to transition, and then Garou is just gonna start running a rampage. It's probably Metal Bat here, I'm guessing, but it could also be King. So in the webcomic, King like threatens to use like his ultimate move or something like that, and I think he like scares Black S away. But yeah, that's it. Unfortunately, that's all we got. I'm hoping that Murata is going to start pumping these out in about every 2 weeks or so. It seems to be like his normal schedule. I don't know what happened, why this took so long. He said there was just some unforeseen circumstances, but this chapter felt like a little bit rushed in my opinion. Like it didn't have like some of the crazy art that we kind of have seen over some of the last like earlier chapters in this arc, but I think he was rushed. Like I don't know if like what happened with him, but it seems like he kind of had to rush this chapter, but hopefully he gets back on track. Most of us just drool at his artwork, and there were some cool shots in this chapter for sure, like Prime Bang was pretty cool, but hopefully we'll have to see in about a couple weeks. Again guys, if the translations change anything monumental, I'll let you know, but it looks like I think Metal Bat or King is going to come in here and save Genos, and it looks like Monster Garou is going to transform again and probably beat Silver Fang or knock him out or something, and that's pretty interesting. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I'll see you on the next one.